So, now that you've completed Pokémon Legends ZA, it's about time that you got started with doing some of the post-game and things after completing the game. So, this is going to be a video about everything you should do, every little thing that you got to spend your time on after completing the main story. So, let's get started. Number one, well, the post-game itself, because as soon as you finish the game, you can get into another story where you got to go and talk to the guys of Team MZ and just hang out with them and do some other little side missions. So, definitely do spend some time talking to those guys before just going out and exploring the entire world. 2. Collect all Megastones from the Stone Emporium, because all the Megastones are not going to be in one place, but there are a lot of them right here. I think maybe like 12 or so should be located just here, so definitely do get those, especially for your starter Pokemon. Next up, collect all the Megastones from the Shard Exchange in Quasartico. Now, this is going to require you to pick up Mega Shards all around the map to be able to exchange with these items. This is going to be about like 32 actual Megastones, so it's going to take you a while to collect enough of those stones, but definitely go do those because you're going to need those if you want to have every single Mega. Next up, how do you get yourself Xerneas? Well, I'm going to explain that right now. First of all, you're going to have to do the post-game story and get right into it. After you go to Hotel Z, a quest will start where you meet L. L is going to talk to you, or Lysander, going to talk to you, and he's going to tell you about two Pokemon, one bringing Calamity and one bringing Prosperity. That will give you two quests. The first quest we're going to go for is Xerneas, and this one requires you to go and talk to Professor Mabel. She'll tell you about the past and this Pokemon, and then after talking to her, she'll tell you that you need to go to 3 places. You gotta go to Wild Zone 3, Wild Zone 5, and Wild Zone 9. In these places, you'll find an Alpha Steelix, an Alpha Gallade, and an Alpha Pangoro that you have to defeat. Once you've defeated them, you go back to her lab, talk to her, and she'll tell you to go to Wild Zone 11. Inside of this Wild Zone, you'll be able to find Xerneas. We can battle it and capture it, and you don't have to worry about it running away. It's impossible, essentially, so you can just stand there until you catch it. But that's not all. If you want to get yourself a Vettel instead, I mean, you kind of need both of these anyways, but for a Vettel, it's only slightly different. Instead of going to Mabel, you have to go and talk to Grisham. Grisham, of course, rank A guy and all that, right? But after you talk to him, he'll take you to Quasartico. Once you are in Quasartico, you got to talk to none else than Vinny. Vinny will tell you that they've created a hologram version of the Rogue Megas for training purposes. Here, you're going to be forced to have to battle 3 Rogue Megas. The first one is Victreebel, Hawlucha, and of course, Tyranitar. After you defeat these 3, you're going to be told to go to the top of a building where a Vettel has been spotted. Once you go to the top of this building, you can find it, battle it, and capture it. And that's how you get these 2. Catch Zygarde. This is going to be number like 6, I think, on this list, but catching Zygarde is an important element, especially if you caught the first 2, because you have to catch those to even get Zygarde in the game. To do this, you're also going to have to battle someone really special. So after getting these 2, go back to Hotel Z, you're going to meet L. Ooh! Yeah, I mean, by now you guys know that he's in the game. Once you meet L, you battle him, you beat him, Zygarde shows up, he tells you, "What's up, dog? I want to fight you." After he does this, you're going to go to Route, specifically, I say Route, but it's Wild Zone 20. Once you're in Wild Zone 20, right in the center, you'll find Zygarde, and here you battle him in 3 phases. I'm going to be honest, it's a pretty hard fight, especially like the last half of it, because it goes in 3 parts. First part, 10% is easy, 50% is average, but the 100% battle against like the complete form of Zygarde is insanely difficult, so you just got to be careful, pay a lot of attention, and get a team of just a bunch of ice types in your squad to make sure you get this guy down. Next up, catch every Pokemon in every Wild Zone and pretty much complete every Wild Zone to 100%. You'll see every Wild Zone has like a number that tells you what percentage is completed. If you go around, do all of them, catch every Pokemon in each one of them, you will get a 100% completion. So definitely do that, because it's kind of just feels nice looking at it and seeing that 100% number. Number 8, help Emma and complete all the side quests. There are a lot of side quests, like a lot of them. 118 as of right now they can complete in the game. There may be a few more in the future with some updates, so just stay tuned for that. But either way, basically there's 118 side quests, and they vary from battling people, helping people find items, all sorts of things. So there's 118, so you do have quite literally a shit ton of stuff to do. So definitely go do all the little side quests. There's a bunch of them, and at the post game, you unlock all of them. So if you didn't do them throughout the rest of the story, all of them will be unlocked at the same time. Get mystery gift items and Pokemon if you didn't already do them at the start of the game. So of course, you do get a code that you can type into the mystery gift section from your email if you pre-ordered the game, and also you can get a Ralts with a Gardevoir, which you can also get specifically from the mystery gift feature, where you can just click the little news button and it'll just update for you. But also, if you bought the DLC, make sure to get your Holo X and Holo Y outfits. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Some of this stuff is going to be like, updated over time because it's going to be stuff added to the mystery gifts. But for now, just use it to get some of the basic items and stuff that you may want to have. Next up is play the ranked competitive mode. So yes, the competitive mode in this game is really interesting. It's a four free-for-all, like 4 players in a free-for-all mode. It is nuts, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of stuff happening, but it is seemingly really fun. So definitely worthwhile trying out and giving a shot if you haven't already. So definitely do check out the ranked play mode. You can even make private parties if you want to play just with your friends and stuff, and you can even change the rule sets and all that. So it's definitely a worthwhile investment and thing to spend time on. Which takes me to the next one, which is make sure you actually rank up in this mode, because that's the only way to officially get your hands on the Mega Greninja Stone, right? Like, if you want to get the Mega Stone for Greninja, you're gonna have to do this mode. There's literally no other way to go about it. Rebattle the Rogue Megas at Vinny's place. So yes, after you completed the mission for Xerneas and Yveltal, you'll actually be able to go and take on every single one of the Rogue Megas from the entire game that you already battled. You're gonna be able to take them on again and battle them out. Is this worthwhile? Maybe, if you really want to, you can do it. But yeah, it's another way to get a few items, and definitely worthwhile if you just want to re-experience it, or if you just want to, again, get certain items. All right, next up, complete all of Mabel's tasks. So she has a bunch of tasks for you, which connects us directly to the next point, which is complete the entire Pokédex. The only way to complete the Pokédex is essentially just, well, to go around catching stuff, but also these two things are connected, because if you want to complete Mabel's tasks, you also have to complete the Pokédex. They're kind of connected in that way, so make sure you do both, because it's going to be worthwhile. You even get rewarded with a Shiny Charm, Master Ball, and 3 golden bottle caps if you do complete the entire thing. Next up, visit the museum and see loads of references of past games, and even Hisui from Legends Arceus. Yes, so if you go to the museum, there's a bunch of cool references to X and Y, to previous characters, and an entire section all about Hisuian history, which is really interesting. Go and do the Infinite ZA Royale battles, which will reward you with special items and useful items. You can get everything from HP up and other things of that nature. Now, this Infinite ZA Royale requires you to go and take on a bunch of trainers in the Royale and get 50,000 tickets. After doing this, you can take on a random character. Like, any random character will just show up and battle you once you have that ticket, and you can just defeat them to be rewarded with a bunch of items. And speaking of ZA Royale, if you actually complete 15 of these Infinite ZA Royale battles, something very, very special happens. You're able to go and get yourself AZ's Floette. Yes, you do this by getting 15 of these battles against random trainers done. And I'm not talking about the random trainers that are out in the ZA Royale itself, but rather do that 50,000 ticket collection 15 times, then come back and you'll be able to battle Urbane or Tawny, after which point you'll be rewarded with AZ's Floette. Transfer your Pokemon from home. Now, fair warning, you're not going to be able to transfer these Pokemon back to your older games. If you transfer something from an older game, like, I don't know, Scarlet and Violet into home, and from home into this, or whatever, it's going to kind of be stuck, like not being able to go back to those games. Just a fair warning, because games from this game are not going to be able to go back to older games. That's just something you should be aware of. So do not transfer something that you may actually want to keep in those games. Just an FYI. Just be a little bit careful with what you do there, because you're not going to be able to actually get them back. However, do transfer some Pokemon. Actually, a very important thing you should do is transfer some of the regional forms. Now, some of them can only be received in the game, like some of the Galarian and the Alolan Pokemon can be received just in the game, but if you want to get the Hisuian ones, that being Sliggoo, Goodra, and I think Avalugg, those 3 can only really be transferred from home. So if you want to have those in your team, if you want to have those in your Pokédex or whatever else, that's the best way. Next up, hang out at the park benches with your entire team together. Sounds a bit sketchy, but hey, you know what? They're there for a reason. You can even chill with them and take pictures with your Pokemon. And speaking of which, also go to the cafes. It's a great way to raise the happiness of your Pokemon and evolve things like Eevee into literally, 3 different evolutions. You got Espeon, Umbreon, as well as Sylveon, all being evolved that way. So go to the cafes, raise the happiness of your Pokemon, take some great photos, and sit on some park benches with a bottle of vodka. I don't know. Get all the trade evolutions and trading with your friends. Yes, trading is in the game, and there is no link cord, so it means you're not going to be able to just self-evolve a lot of stuff. So if you need to get yourself, I don't know, an Alakazam or a Gengar or whatever else, you're going to have to do some trading, which definitely is going to be worthwhile to do in the post-game, because while you're playing through the entire game, you may not want to, in the main story, have to bother doing that, unless, of course, you want to do it. Next up, explore the underground. There are actually secret entrances to the underground that can be found in a few different spots that you can enter into. Now, the underground is a little bit random, but you're going to be able to go through it relatively quickly and find a few hidden items, some Pokemon that you may not see above ground. I mean, mostly all of them are above ground as well, to be honest with you, but you're going to find some interesting Pokemon down there and just do a little bit of exploration. You never know what you can find. And if you're going to explore what's down below, you should do the same with what's above. So explore the rooftops, because there are loads of rooftops in this game. There's loads of items, loads of Pokemon. There are just so many things to do up there, and that's the best place to go if you need to farm any of the Mega Shards. The best locations are all going to be on the rooftops rather than anywhere else. And speaking of rooftops, collect the colorful screws. These are the purple item. If you collect these, they are super useful because they can be used to go and buy something very special. That being, you can buy these plushies of Canary, and these plushies will boost different stats. They can increase how many Mega Shards you get when you break Mega Shards crystals. They can also increase your EXP rate. They can increase your catch rate. Basically, it's just a way to boost your stuff. It's kind of like charms, but they just call them plushies in this thing. Go buy all the clothing options. There are loads of options for customization in this game, like an obscene amount of options. I'm not even kidding. Like, so many, but they're going to take a while to collect. You need all the cash in the world, and there are so many of these. There are trench coats, there are skirts, whatever you might be into. It's all here, and you can customize to your heart's content. So just go to all the stores, the entire game, and make yourself look like your ideal version of your character. Next up, do the battle restaurants like Sushi High Roller and stuff. Like, those restaurants are still in the game. You can go in, you pay some big Skrilla, you pay a lot of money, and once you pay that money, you can take on a bunch of trainers without actually being able to heal, like multiple all at once. And at the end, you do get some rewards, so it might be worth it. Next up, hunt for alpha Pokemon. They are stronger, they are crazier, and they also have a unique mark if you do catch them. And they're definitely useful if you want to have like the strongest version of these things, because they are cracked. They're also kind of hard to catch, but by this point in the game, you should have much an easier time compared to, you know, where you were at the start of your journey. So by now, you should go out and catch a few alphas. It's just good to have them in your team because they are just incredibly strong. Also, a really important thing to do if you haven't done it already, go back to your room at Hotel Z, because in your room, there will be a special Pokeball, and inside of it will be a special Pokemon, that being Lucario. But that's not the most interesting part about this. There's also a letter from AZ. I'm not going to tell you what's in the letter, go read it yourself, but it's definitely intriguing to say the least. Another thing you definitely should do is go into the game and collect all the titles. Yes, you see in the game, you actually have this section in the link plate called titles, and you can collect a bunch of these. There's the one called All Around Town Helper, and there's even more of these if you go through here. There's a normal type user, fire type user, water type user. There's so many of these titles that you can upgrade and get your hands on. So you're just gonna have to go and spend quite a bit of time inside of the game making sure you get all of these. So definitely do these, because you got one here, big money maker, baby, a title belonging to one who obtained a great deal of money. So yeah, definitely worthwhile doing, because I mean, don't you want to flex on everyone that you have all the coolest shit? I mean, I do. So yeah, definitely do this as well in the game if you haven't done already. And don't forget to do some shiny hunting. Yes, there's of course shiny hunting in the game. The way the method works is pretty straightforward. Basically, a shiny, when it spawns, it never despawns in the world. So if you do find a shiny, don't worry, it will literally remain there if you even restart your game, even if you run to a different zone, change the time of day, it doesn't really matter. And the best way to like try to find a new shiny is just to run away from the ones in a specific area. Like if you just see a bunch of Pokemon, run away from them, run back, and they will be new spawns. Even though it looks like it's the same ones, they will be brand new. Or just load in and out of a specific zone, because that's going to guarantee that there's going to be a new spawn there. So that's just the way to shiny hunt. It's pretty straightforward. And to get the shiny charm, where you can get like 1 in 1,000 odds more so, as opposed to the regular odds, which is like 1 in 4,000, you will need to do all the previous things I mentioned in this video. That means all the side, well, not the side quests, all the other stuff, all the main quests, and the Infinite ZA Royale, and finish Mabel's research. So it's going to take you a while to get that if you want to have the highest possible odds. But yeah, that's generally what you got to do. And that's that point. And finally, if you want to join me for this one, buy the DLC and come to the waiting room with me while we sit and wait for this thing to actually drop. And that's it. That's the video, guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.